Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 29th of August. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. As ever, I'm going to give you the major themes to look out for, but please stay with me. I will then dive deep to give you in forensic detail each of the 12 zodiac signs from Aries through to Pisces. This week begins with the Sun continuing its journey in the sign of Virgo. Virgo energy asks us to be more discriminating, to focus on the details of our situation. If we can make some small adjustments, that can add up to something more substantive. Anything to do with our physical health, the organisation of our situation, or even our jobs and pets, believe it or not, with the 6th house, can take on extra significance. But of course, the new moon, which occurred last week, is still reverberating around the heavens, and that's squared up with Mars, and that square with Mars does continue into this week. Now, this can add an extra dimension to this energy of Virgo, because Mars is in the sign of Gemini, which gives it a passionate desire to express ideas or to be more physically active, and the two together can create a kind of frenetic extra energy, and that makes it difficult to really focus ourselves and get grounded. So the key this week is really deciding on what the priorities are, narrowing our focus, and really putting our energy into achieving the significant things that we need to do first. But it's possible that someone could be a bit picky or irritable or overcritical, and we just need to be conscious of that. Now, it's the case that Mars actually forges a brilliant angle to Mercury, now in the sign of Libra, urging us to try to listen more attentively to others, be a bit more detached if people see things in a different way. But this angle to Mars suggests that if there are people that we can collaborate with and work on those details with, but we have some shared ideals that we can, or interests that we can collaborate around, then progress can be made. Mercury is also opposite Jupiter, which is quite a buoyant influence, but it's also important to not promise anything we can't realistically deliver, because Mercury is the communication, Jupiter's the optimism. Now, as we draw to the end of the week, there is on Saturday a quarter moon, and this quarter moon occurs in the sign of Sagittarius, which of course very much enjoys freedom, space and independence. So that need to focus on those responsibilities and obligations that comes from the Sun in Virgo is challenged somewhat. So even more reason not to readily agree or volunteer to anything if we don't have the available free time. Also, the square between Saturn and Uranus, which dominated year 2021 and the start of this year, they are inching closer together. They're going to be within 1 degree between the 2nd and also the 12th of October, but just be aware that the frustration that this particular aspect generated last year is likely to come much more to the fore. Remember, Saturn's about the structure but also the limitation. Uranus is about the truth but also the restlessness and rebelliousness, and therefore they are very conflicting energies. Now, please stay with me for your in-depth zodiac sign forecast, but if you would like to understand what year 2023 will hold for you and get the rest of 2022 free, plus your life roadmap, your character analysis, which can guide your moves, and get 30% off, please see my link beneath this video. And if you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. If you've already done so, thank you so much for your continued support. So Cancer, your week commencing the 29th of August forecast begins with the Sun in your 3rd house. This is asking you to be inquisitive, to use the precision of Virgo in a way which gives you more information to guide your moves. But of course the Sun squared with Mars on the new moon last week, so that energy is still very much prevalent, and actually the two are still in a tense right angle throughout this week as well. This suggests that some stuff could come into the open quite spontaneously. Conversations can just suddenly manifest some irritations or deeply held resentments, and that may actually be a huge surprise. It could be from someone else that this energy is coming towards you, or perhaps it's you who's going to be ventilating something that you have been keeping tight to your chest. Mercury, the planet of communication, is also in your 4th house of emotion, but Mercury's not so good with emotion. It likes precision, but actually Mercury forges a great link with Mars. So if there is somebody you can talk through with an issue that is perhaps something that's been deeply rooted within you, someone who has a good understanding of you, that actually could be something that's very therapeutic to do. Now, with Venus in your 2nd house, finances can still on the whole look hopeful, but it is checked on Monday by both Saturn and Uranus. And Saturn, of course, is in your sector of longer term finances, so probably, especially with the prevailing headwinds that we're all facing financially, not a great time to be too speculative at the start of the week. I should just say, in year 2023, Venus will be moving through your sector of finance, everyday finance, for 4.5 months. So some much better news can arrive for you by next June. However, this week, Venus then moves on, and it can give you an appreciation of the good things in life, whether it's calorific goodies or sharing a coffee with a friend. And the 3rd house is a very inquisitive energy, but by the end of the week it does square up with the moon in your 6th house, and that can create quite a lot of frenetic energy, and you may find yourself being quite busy by the end of the week. But the key will be to prioritize, otherwise you could end up scattering your energies and actually ending the week feeling a little bit drained.